We are live. Hello, I'm going live on my Facebook page today and in a few groups. This is normally something I would do in my members only group, but I wanted to show you what we usually do. Every Friday, all my members send their questions in, anything they've been struggling with, things they're thinking about, and we can do a little bit of a deep dive into them. Now, our next intake is starting on the 30th of May. There's no time like the present. The best time to start was probably last week, last year, 2 years ago. The second best time to start is right now. There's never going to be a good time. So if you've got a holiday coming up, it doesn't matter. If you've got a birthday party coming up, it doesn't matter. What we want to do is set you up for the long term. No matter what you've got going on in your life right now, what we do is we fit fitness into your lifestyle and not the other way around. So if you're wanting to go into summer feeling fitter, more confident, better, healthier in yourself, then come and join us. 30th of May, get in touch, or what you can do is go to our website, lawnmariefitness.co.uk. If you click get started or sign up, it will take you to a little page where you can put your deets in, and our incredible onboarding angel, Laura, will just arrange a little chat with you to answer any questions you've got and talk to you about whether it is something that would be good for you. And if it is, great, I'll see you on the 30th. And if not, she'll be able to point you in the right direction. But definitely get in touch with Laura. She's incredible. She's been a squaddy with me from the moment I started. So she is literally the best person to ask questions to. She's been there, she's done it, and she knows us inside out. So she will be more than happy to help, but you can always message me as well. And of course, I'll be more than happy to help. Right, but it's time for the questions, the Q&A for this week. Now, we've got loads of really good ones. We've got about 8 questions altogether, 8 or 9 questions altogether. But if you've got anything you want to ask in the meantime, pop in the comments. Here goes. Oh, and if you're watching it on replay, do a hashtag replay so I know you've seen it. Okay, question number 1. I get about 10 or 30 minutes break time in the middle of my day at work. I don't have any time to change or shower or leave the building, but I can exercise in my office in my work clothes. What should I do? Now, first of all, it's great that you're thinking about this, because a lot of people would think, oh, there's no point in doing that. I can't even change or whatever. It's really great because it's going to improve your energy. It's going to get those endorphins flowing. It's going to make you more productive, less stressed. It will help improve your posture and your mobility as well, because when you're sat at a desk all day and you're not getting up and kind of moving around, it puts a lot of pressure on your lower back. So it's really good you're thinking about doing this, and every little bit counts. So if you're someone listening to this right now and you're thinking, oh, what's the point in that? It's 10 minutes. There's so much point in 10 minutes. There's so much more point in doing 10 minutes if that's all you've got. Now, things that you can do without getting too sweaty in that time. I would look at the short workouts area first, have a little browse through there, but I would recommend doing power walking. That'll help really loosen up your body a little bit, get a few steps in, get your activity levels up. So our indoor power walking class, maybe a bit of Pilates or yoga for some mobility. Like I said, it can be quite a bit of pressure on your lower back, and your hips can really tighten up sitting at a desk. So a bit of Pilates yoga will help to alleviate some of that for sure. Same with our stretch classes, similar sort of vibe. Bodycon you could do with or without a band. Now, if you've got a booty band, you could potentially put that in your work bag and take that with you, because it's dead easy to carry around. So if you want to do a little bit of cheeky strength work for 10 or 15 minutes, 100% get on that. Then you could always do a short cardio burst. And for that, just look in the express area. You could do, 10 minutes. You might not get too sweaty. It depends, doesn't it? Actually, it depends on the workout. But a short little cardio boost would be great. So any of those things. And of course, the abs section, looking at the abs express stuff that we do, or even like 5-minute leg stretch or whatever. We've even got a working from home section that we recorded. It was 5-minute workouts, or there's 5-minute core things that you could do. But I hope that's been useful though. But like I said, I would probably look at the power walking or the Pilates or something like that. Great question. And I'm really pleased that you're thinking about it. Question number 2. I would really appreciate some targeted advice for trying to concentrate on toning my upper arms. I'd love to give it a real push over the next 2 months before a big family holiday. In clothes, I feel quite good about my body generally, but I'd just love to go the extra mile on my upper arms at the moment. Do you think 2 months is long enough to make a bit of a difference? I absolutely do. Yeah, 2 months is enough time to make a difference for sure. One thing I'd like to say here to manage expectations is you cannot fat spot reduce. And what I mean by that is you can't choose a part of your body specifically that you want to lose fat or really shape in comparison to the rest when you're on a weight loss journey. Now, if it is a case of just building some strength and trying to tone up your arms, absolutely, you can so do that. Things I would do for that would be workouts like Stronger, doing all the upper body work, using hand weights or using a barbell. A barbell would be a lot more effective. And I'm not talking about big bro barbell weights. The weights I use, it's like body pump style. So lower weights, high repetition, that will give you a nice tone for the arms. You can also do things like our sculpt workouts if you want to use body weight. I would say though, using weights and resistance is going to be more effective than just body weight, but you can also use body weight. You can do things like Pilates that also, we're holding a lot of positions on our arms and using our shoulders. Even yoga, when you're lowering down and you're pushing yourself up, working your triceps and your shoulders. So there are a few things. I would try and aim to do strength with weights at least twice a week, and maybe, adding in a Pilates session, a yoga session in with that, and something you enjoy too, of course. But at least a couple of times a week, ideally maybe 3. But start off light. You might want to start off with a couple a week, maybe one longer one shorter one, and just build it up from there. You've got plenty of time. You've got 2 months. You can definitely work on shaping upper arms in that time for sure. Question number 3. When I'm on the floor doing an exercise that involves lifting my head off the floor, like crunches, I start to feel really sick. If I stop and get up, it goes away quite quickly. Any idea why this happens? And is there a way to stop it? I've tried eating beforehand, not eating before, but I still feel sick. This is actually more common than you'd think. One of the main reasons for this is actually motion sickness. So when you're doing this exercise, are you closing your eyes at any point? Are you looking up at the ceiling? Because if you are, that can actually cause motion sickness. And it's essentially where your eyes and your body are sensing different things about the movement, so they're a bit out of sync. What I would try and do is tuck the chin and look at your knees. Try and look at a fixed point when you're lifting up into that crunch position. I would also take breaks, and I would also build it up and kind of build up your tolerance a bit. And if it does feel really bad, doing alternatives, because there are so many ways to work your core. You don't have to do loads of crunches. There's loads of different things you can do. So I'd probably look at doing alternatives. Now, if it is something that is really hampering you and getting you down maybe, I would go and speak to a medical professional about it. There are lots of other reasons that it could be for as well. It can be to do with inner ear sensitivity. It can be to do with how you're using the breath. It can be a cause of low blood sugar levels, dehydration. I know you said that you have tried eating beforehand and things, but these are all things that it could be. Have a go at looking at a fixed point first and taking your time with it, just stable, like a stable point, working on stabilization. See how that goes. Maybe reduce the reps, build it up over time. And like I said, if it is something that's really hampering you, hampering your progress, then I would just go and speak to a medical professional for sure. Question number 4. And also, please let me know how you get on with that one. I do want to know. Question number 4. Fastest ways to recover tired legs after a long walk. My head tells me after stretching, lie down with your legs up against the wall. I'm not sure if it helps or how long for. Okay, so the original thought process behind this, lying down on the floor with your legs up a wall, was to basically get rid of metabolic waste and reduce lactic acid and blah, blah, blah. That in itself is a myth, but what legs up a wall can actually help with, it can actually help reduce swelling. So if you find that you've been on a long walk and maybe your ankles are a bit swollen, or I don't know, that kind of thing, you've got some swelling in your lower body, You can put your legs up on a wall and that will help reduce the swelling. It can also help lengthen out your hamstrings, so give them a bit of a stretch. Is it that effective? Debatable. Do you actually need to do that kind of thing to improve your circulation? No, if you're a healthy person, then your body is very good at pumping blood around your body. And if you find that you do get a lot of swelling and it's quite an often thing as well, a frequent thing, then I would go and speak to a medical professional. But there is no harm in doing it if you enjoy, and actually, if you enjoy it. And it can actually, like I said, improve, well, it lengthens your hamstrings, so it can improve your flexibility there, but it also encourages relaxation. There are a couple of things that it could help with, and a little bit of swelling if that's something that you're struggling with. In terms of actually helping your legs recover, if you're experiencing any swelling, legs up a wall, and also compression, and that will just help with that. But what I would recommend after a long walk for recovery is some real gentle mobility work. Don't do another walk after a walk. Can you imagine? Yeah, don't do that. Mobility work, such as really gentle yoga, like get on our bedtime yoga. Our bedtime yoga is brilliant for that. Some gentle yoga or gentle stretches, really gentle mobility. I'm saying gentle a million times, I'm sorry. Rolling it out or massage. Hydration is going to be absolute key. Get some water down you. Replenish those electrolytes and also get protein and carbohydrates in to help your muscles recover. Protein is great for muscle repair, and also your glycogen stores, i.e. the energy stores in your muscles, are going to be depleted after a long walk. So you want to get some carbs in there as well. I hope that's useful. Are you perhaps going on a long walk? It's all right. I'm just saying that because we're all doing the Yorkshire Three Peaks. Very soon, we're doing it for the Children's Bereavement Centre in Newark, which is a local, incredible charity. They just do incredible things. So we are going to be doing that in June. And I know that you're going to be coming. Oh, Anna, bedtime yoga and pre-bedtime stretch are amazing. Oh, I'm so glad you love them. I'm so pleased you said that. Real chill ones, aren't they? And I know a little birdie has requested bedtime yoga number 2. Am I right? It may be coming your way. Yeah, it will be. It will be. But I don't want to give, the whole timetable away for the week after next. So moving on, is eating early in the day to start your metabolism, in inverted commas, a thing? I generally find I'm not hungry until close to lunchtime most days, and I wonder if that's actually hindering me from losing a few pounds. Thank you. No, it's not at all. Basically, it's all about calorie deficit. How you lose pounds, how you lose weight is based on a calorie deficit. It doesn't matter what time of day you're eating. You've got to find a time of day that works well for you. So if you're somebody who doesn't get hungry until lunchtime, so then you start eating at lunchtime, and that's not really a problem for you, then that's absolutely fine. The only thing I'd say with that is if you're someone who doesn't really eat till lunchtime, but then you get to that point and then you end up reaching for fast sugar and fuel because your body's in a fasted state and you end up making not so good choices, then it might be better to start your day with a small breakfast, for example, if you feel like that is going to be you at that time, like you get the 11s. Or if you are looking to really work on shaping your muscles, your body needs a protein throughout the day. So if that's you and that is one of your main focuses, I'd probably have something small in the morning that is really high in protein, and then having your bigger meals when you feel more hungry for them. But in terms of, is that, affecting whether you lose weight or not? No, it really just depends on if you're in a calorie deficit or not. And that is where your calories out are greater than calories in. So the main way we do that is through our diet, so eating a little bit less and moving a little bit more as well. The way that it can help with your metabolism is basically by improving your muscle mass. Our BMR, our basal metabolic rate, is based on that. So if you want to improve your metabolism, then you want to be focusing on eating enough protein, getting hydration, resting your body too, and also really focusing on the strength workouts. That is where you want to be. All right, If you've got any questions on that, let me know, by the way. Let's move on. Walking with ankle weights, yes or no? Okay, walking with ankle weights, you really have to weigh up the pros and cons for this one. It may help increase the intensity, so it may have that effect, but it does put a lot of stress on your quads as opposed to your hamstrings, so it can cause muscle imbalances. It can also send your gait and your balance a little bit out of whack, because it's going to be putting your foot into possibly a different position to what it would be naturally. It can put a lot of stress on the ankle joint, which can then in turn affect your knees and your hips and your back as well, and the ligaments and tendons in that area. The way that it would be useful, and I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do, but if I had ankle weights, I would be using it for targeted exercises, such as when you're lying on your side and you're doing leg raises, because you're already working. So you're trying to work in that exercise. Imagine lying down your side, lifting your leg up to the side, raising your leg. You're aiming to work all the way down the kind of outside of your glutes, down the outside of the leg, your glute medius, etc. If you put an ankle weight on that, it's just going to improve the intensity. So that's a good thing, right? But in terms of walking, are you really going to get much benefit from putting ankle weights on? Or would you get more benefit from lifting the knees higher or walking on an incline? Not sure. So I'll leave that one with, with you. Next question. For weight loss, is it better to do a longer workout within the fat burning zone or shorter in cardio levels? So presumably talking about like a fat burning workout here, fat burning zone versus something more intense like a HIIT workout. Now for weight loss, it doesn't actually matter. And the most important thing is to choose a workout that you're going to stick to. And the most important thing above that is to be in a calorie deficit. And you're going to get most of that through your nutrition, through your diet. A lot of people think you can outtrain your diet, and it's not true. And we don't exercise for weight loss. We exercise to improve our muscle strength, our bone strength, for longevity. So we have a better quality of life. So we're healthier. So we're not having to go to the doctors every 2 minutes when we're older or now for our blood pressure, etc., etc. So I always say I don't like to think of the idea we use exercise for weight loss, because it's also not an effective way of doing it. And it can be a way of almost seeing it as a punishment when it's not. It's actually a privilege to move our bodies. We are very privileged to be in that position to choose a workout that we want to do. But what I'm going to say here in terms of the fat burning zone versus cardio, it doesn't matter. Minute for minute, you will burn more doing the short, intense blasts. But if you are doing short, intense blasts and you're going for it, you cannot sustain that, and you should not sustain that, because it will also lead to burnout and injury, etc. So when you're doing a HIIT workout, generally you wouldn't go any longer than 30 minutes. And if you can, you've probably not done an all-out HIIT workout. Whereas when you're in that fat burning zone, and basically that means kind of working under 70%, probably like 55 to 65-ish of your effort level, you're going to be in a fat oxidization phase, meaning that your body is using fat stores for energy. When you do a HIIT workout, your body is going to be using glucose, carbohydrates, as energy. The important thing is, whether you're in a calorie deficit or not, it doesn't matter about your fuel source, whether you're getting that from your fat stores or whether you're getting that from your carbohydrate stores. It doesn't matter. Are you in a calorie deficit overall? If you want to burn equal calories doing, say, a HIIT workout and a fat burning workout, as I said, I wouldn't do a workout to burn calories anyway. But obviously, if you're in the fat burning zone, that one, you're going to have to do a longer workout to burn equal amount. I think it's important to do variety, and I also think it's important to do the things that you enjoy, because they're the things you're going to stick at. Yeah. I was trying to think if there's anything else to add to that, but I think I've said it all. But if you have got any questions on that, let me know. Final one. This is it. They say you can't crunch your way to a flat... Oh, Anna, you're more than welcome. They say you can't crunch your way to a flat abs or flat stomach. What's the best mixture of exercises to do? That's so right. They say abs are made in the kitchen, and they really are. Again, it's that whole being in the calorie deficit thing. Basically, everybody has abs. We all have ab muscles. They are there. The way that we see them or not depends on our... Now, don't take this the wrong way, but basically our fat layer over them. And women tend to have more fat than men. So it is easier to see a six-pack on a man, for example, than on a woman. Also, someone who has a longer torso, you are more likely to see a six-pack in them than somebody who has a shorter torso. It's all about genetics there. And actually, sometimes, the majority of time, 99% of time, if you see a woman who has a six-pack, as in ripped six-pack, she probably is in a stage of amenorrhea, meaning she's not getting her periods, i.e. she's not healthy. And you do see that, when you see women doing the bikini comps, and it's unsustainable, and you could be putting your bones at detriment, etc., etc. I've gone off on a bit of a tangent anyway. But if you want to improve your core strength, and you want visible or more visible abs, so maybe not necessarily the whole shredded six-pack look, but you want more visible abs, nothing wrong with that, then what we want to do firstly is focus on what we're putting into our body. So we want to be putting really nourishing foods into our body. I always say the 70-30 rule. 70% of foods are going to be really nourishing, 30% a bit of what we want, because hey, life's for living. Making sure you're getting enough protein. Your abs are a muscle at the end of the day. They need feeding, they need their protein, but they also need working. So I would 100% be including some core exercises in your workout regime. We actually use our core way more than you think. So all of the exercises, all the classes that we do, you are using your core muscles. But I would probably go for more targeted work as well. So I'd probably be looking at doing some Pilates for sure. That's amazing for your core. And Pilates will also make sure that you are working all around your core. So we don't just do the six pack, we'll work our obliques, our sides, and we'll also work into the back and the rest of the body too, and the muscles that support the core. So I would definitely be doing Pilates a couple of times a week. I'd be making sure that I'm nourishing my body, I'm staying hydrated, eating enough protein and getting enough rest. So going to bed at a decent time. And then if you're wanting to have more visible abs, then just putting yourself in a little bit of a calorie deficit. Like I said before, we can't fat spot reduce, so we can't choose where our body loses its fat first, but chances are overall, then they'll be more visible. But yeah, as I said, we don't want to take it too far either. We want healthy bodies, healthy and happy bodies. That's what we're all about at Lawn Roof Fitness. I hope you all enjoyed this Q&A, by the way, and I will see you all soon. If you're coming tonight, we've got our DJ live aerobics tonight with Sounds the Sham. He is absolutely phenomenal. It is Ibiza themed, so I am going to go, okay? This is going to sound weird, but I've got this swimming costume, right? That looks like a leotard. It is a swimming costume, but yeah, it looks like a leotard and it's really bright. I'm going to wear some bright shorts and... yeah, I don't really know what else. I'm just going to raid. I've got like this little fancy dress box. I'm going to see if there's anything in there that I can pull out. I don't know. There might be something from like my hen do I can get out. Obviously, it will be PG. I'll just see what's in there. That's what I'll be wearing tonight. And I'll see you all there at 6 o'clock. It's going to be amazing. And if you're watching this and you're not a member, why? You're missing out big time. Yeah, you really are. Make sure you join us on the 30th for our 6-week foundation. It is our 6-week summer shape up. See what you reckon. See if you like what we do. See if you like being part of the fam. And I really, really hope you do. And then after the 6 weeks, you can join the family officially. And if you are watching this and you are a squaddy, hey, you're in the right place. If you've got a friend that wants to join, don't forget that we do our refer a friend as well. So make sure you put some names forward. If we build our family, happy days. Anna, get those glow sticks out. Anna, you bringing glow sticks? My mum actually said, have you got any glow sticks, Lorna? I should have thought about that. We'll have to do that next time. I know some people are going to be wearing face paint, as in like neon face paint. So I don't know if I've got any, but I could use some lipstick, couldn't I? Just put some lipstick on my cheeks, like army stripes. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this Q&A. Do get in touch if you want to join us, and squaddies, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for all your questions. They're absolutely brilliant as always. Bye everyone, take care.